Hello and welcome to the Crowdsale for Gates. What is Gates? Gates is the fourth game in the Tin series that I've been working on over the past few years. It is not a standalone game. It is an expansion to actually the first game in the Tin series, and that is Gate. Gate came out about 2 years ago, and since its release, there's been quite a few people asking me to do an expansion for it. So that's what I've been working on. I've had a lot of ideas over the course of the last 18 months or so on things I wanted to add or change with regards to Gate, and I finally had a little hole in my schedule of designing to actually pursue putting this game together, and I'm very, very excited with how it came out. Some of the small things that people had I guess complaints with Gate was variety, and that's been addressed with Gate. So what Gates essentially does is adds more enemies, more citizens to hire, new starting cards, new heroes, adds a new mechanic of being able to build barricades to protect your location. Speaking of which, there's 2 new locations for you to protect, the mill and the tavern, and there will be a tutorial video down below, and you can see all the new added cards, and you'll get to see a little bit of how the new mechanics work in that regard and some of the changes to setup, because all the addition of new enemies. Each time you play the game, you're going to be facing a unique set of enemies. That was one of the critiques that Gate got, was that you're always fighting the same enemy every time you played the game. It was the same 9 enemies. Well, now there's quite a few more, and you're shuffling those in and removing some every game. So that means every time you play Gate now with the Gates expansion, you're not going to know what enemies are coming. And there's a lot of special powers on all the new citizen cards and new enemies. So there's a lot of things working together. I'm very pleased with how it came out. It has that scary artwork that I love doing. That I love to do illustrations for. So what is Gate? Really quickly, Gate is a medieval horror tower defense game. I guess that's the easiest way of describing it. You're using deck building, a little bit of deck building, hand management to protect location cards in front of you, mainly the gate. If the gate falls, you lose. You also have the fare of your citizens that you track on the pyramid, and if that ever reaches the top, you will also lose. And you're trying to get through a wave, actually 3 waves of enemies, and if you're successful in doing that, you will also face Zogar, who has been added to the game. And once you defeat Zogar at the end, you win the game. So the only way of winning is surviving all the enemies attacking your village or your medieval town, and being triumphant at the end. And that's the only way. You can die by losing your gate, and basically the hordes of enemies will come in and destroy your city. Or you can lose if the pyramid raises to the top, of your citizens basically revolt, and all hell breaks loose. So that is Gates. Please spread the word about this game so we can get as many backers as we can, because this is a crowd sale, and if you're watching this video, likely you understand how crowd sales work. Essentially, the more backers we get, the lower the price gets for everybody. So for every 10 backers up to 100, the price will keep dropping and dropping and dropping for everybody. So at the end of the campaign, depending upon how many backers we have, everyone will get it for the lowest price possible. I love crowd sales. I've said it a million times, so I'm not going to get into it too much here. So please spread the word. Check out the tutorial video below, leave comments or ask questions, and I will answer them. Thank you very much.